Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and of course Moonstruck TV as well. And I am looking forward to, we're going to have two callers call in, and which is going to be exciting because I'm going to do two readings for them. And of course, so before I do that, I always like to do a little talk. And I was thinking about what I would talk about today. And what I thought would be a good idea is to talk about some of my experiences that I've had in my life where I have, do you know what? Spirit has just stepped in and taken over on those words. And I wasn't expecting to say that, but shall I just go with it? But so, yes, so some of my experiences that I've had in my life. And I feel that they want me to talk about a time when I spent a lot of time looking after somebody and being ostensibly a carer. So all of sort of, a year ago, last year, sadly, my mum passed away. But prior to that, I was looking after her and backwards and forwards to hospital, and also my dad's not very good at looking after himself, so I was looking after him too, so that just sort of like almost sort of changed my life quite a lot. But I feel like the reason why they want to talk about that situation, it's about giving of yourself, and I feel when you think about when we look for readings, we look for readings from guidance from our guides and from the spirit world, and of course the spirit world have an organization, have a structure to it, and that structure is all about guiding us, of course, but what I think they want of us is to be the best that we can, to be people that can give to another, to support one another, and I think it's funny because I have a YouTube channel as well, and when I was doing one of my videos recently, I said to myself, and I don't know whether you have this in America or in certain countries they do have them, but I was talking about wouldn't it be wonderful if we lived in an Enid Blyton world? Now, Enid Blyton is a children's author, and she wrote books like The Famous Five and The Secret Seven, and it was just really a children's story about how all the things that they would get up to, and sort of it was like an environment where they didn't have to lock the doors, or it was free from crime and free from sort of things like that, and I often think, wow, wouldn't that be amazing to sort of just have a life where we don't have to worry about those things because people operate from their heart, people are kind, and people are loving and supportive to one another. Wouldn't that be amazing? But anyway, I'm sure that a lot of people are, and I know that because a lot of people are carers and are kind to people anyway. So we have to be thankful to those people. But anyway, I want to go to my first caller, and I believe I have Brittany in Carville, Tennessee. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hello, and welcome to the show. Have you had a reading before?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I done it right or not. I'm not even sure if it was true.
All right. Okay. Well, I can work in one of two ways. So first of all, I can connect to a loved one that has passed in the spirit world, or I can go to my guides and look to give you guidance. Is there a particular area where you'd like me to focus?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to ask for. My life, I'm really struggling with my life right now. Making decisions, trying to figure out who I am and stuff. I don't know if that gives you a clue on where to start with me. I'm new to this.
Okay, well, I felt that because that's why I asked, because I don't normally ask, have you ever had a reading before? Because I felt like you're fairly new to this. So let's just have a look at sort of, where you're at in your life and see what my guides have to say and to support you in this. Right. So, what I've noticed when I've been doing these readings on A1R radio is instead of my guides coming forward, the spirit world is organized that one of your relatives comes forward and gives me the words. And I'm instantly sensing that you have a grandmother in the spirit world. And I feel that this is a grandmother that was on the mother's side of the family. And she's the person that feels she feels very much like she wants to support you in your life. And I'm told that she's regularly around you, like she is almost like one of your main guides. And so she's going to give me the words for sort of to support you at the moment.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Has there been an issue about children with you?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like there's been an issue around children, and I don't know whether it's I almost don't want to sort of talk about sort of this area on live on a show like this, but I just know that there's been would you say there's been a problem with either having a child or a pregnancy or something like that? Does that make sense to you, Brittany?
Yeah. I actually, I'm trying to recover. I'm an addict, especially out of jail. I'm trying to be in my kids' life again. I'm in my youngest ones, but I don't get to see my two oldest ones.
Right. I knew that there was a problem with children around you. Okay. So I have to thank your grandma. She is saying to me that you have taken a giant leap forward, a giant step forward in being committed to change your life, haven't you?
Yes. I'm in the process of moving in with my youngest son.
Yeah. And I just get this, your grandmother is telling me that you, it's almost as though the difficulties that you've had is almost in the past, because what she's saying to me, that you've had quite a bit of help as well and a bit of support to try and I feel like you're in a clean situation. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Yeah, it makes sense.
And I'm being told that the intention of God is that you remain clean, is that you remain clear from the past, because I feel like there is somebody from the past, and I feel like this is a male that has I mean, I know that we have some sort of level of personal responsibility, but I feel like there's somebody that has slightly led you astray in the past. Mm-hmm. Would that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And your grandmother doesn't like him.
She does not. She didn't like him.
No, she hasn't got any time for him. And what she's saying is that she is glad that you almost like have seen the light, because it took you a long time to see the light and to realize that he's no good for you. And and what's happened is that it's almost like you're going through a little bit of a metamorphosis. Like, you know how like it's like almost, you know how a caterpillar sheds its skin and becomes a butterfly. it's
Mhm.
that's the best way that I can describe you at the moment. You are becoming a butterfly because you've made some major decisions in your life that you're going to effectively, like, you're not going back to the past. You cleaned up your stuff, and it's like you've become. I can almost hear you saying, "What was I doing? What was I thinking?"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I can feel that you've been a little bit sort of, it's almost like you've been giving yourself a little bit of a telling off, and sort of saying, what was I doing, what was I thinking? And I'm being
Mhm.
told that there's a lot of protection around you, and a lot of support from the spirit world, not just your grandmother. I feel like there are guides and people surrounding you and coming in really
Mhm.
strongly with you. And the reason why they're coming round with you is because, and they have been for a little while now, they are about bringing you on the straight and narrow and getting you to the point from A to B, like cleaning up your life, getting your life back
Mhm.
together. And I also feel that you have been thinking, I'm hearing the word school, and I feel that you've been thinking about some sort of education with yourself, because I feel like that's a bit, it's something, you know how something sort of sticks in your throat because it's sort of irritating to you. Well, I just get this feeling with you that you are almost like could kick yourself, that, why didn't I do better at school, or why didn't I, because actually what your grandmother is saying is almost, there's, I suddenly got, my grandmother always used to say, "There's no flies on her," which is a Scottish term, and I almost felt like she was
Mhm.
saying the same thing. I don't suppose there's any
Mhm.
Scottish in her, but I get the feeling that that she is telling me that you're it's like you're nobody's fool and you're not stupid.
Mhm.
You're a bright girl. It's just that you haven't sort of seized the opportunities that could possibly be there. And I get the feeling that your grandmother is saying that she I feel like there's a real strong influence about an education and about sort of trying
Mhm.
to get sort of the job that you want, and I feel like you're just really, it's like you're really picking yourself up and trying to sort of get everything straight and together. And your grandmother is
Mhm.
saying that also, I feel like your children, there is a love from your children, and it's like there isn't any sort of bitterness or anything like that. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I
I'm
just,
real worried. My
sorry,
sorry.
carry on. Yes,
Oh,
carry
I
on,
was just
Brittany.
saying.
What were you saying?
I feel like my two oldest kids are like extremely mad at me. I don't get to see them or talk to them.
Okay, okay. Well, I heard the word bitterness, and I felt that they weren't. But it's sometimes when I hear something, it can be the opposite way. So obviously, so I do apologise. I've made a slight error on that, but I heard the word bitterness. So obviously they've got. It sounds like there's two that are struggling. What I'm getting is what I'm feeling though is that they are going to observe you turning your life around, and I feel very strongly that they will. Um, just let me just double check. She's saying, your grandma saying, yes, you've got it right. They will be coming back into your life in a strong way, and you will be united as a family. And I also want to say with you is that there's love for you on the horizon, and this person that is going to be coming into your life is going to be very supportive, very loving, very nurturing, and also is going to be just incredibly supportive to you. But I
Mhm.
feel that very strongly, and I just feel like your life is about to it's almost like it's all slotting into place, and I really want to stress to you how much spirit is around you, trying to bring that healing to you and bring that love to you.
Okay.
I'm just seeing if there's anything else. I feel that I feel that that's the problem. It's lovely I love doing this show and speaking to people, but I just sort of get warmed up, and it's 10 minutes have gone by, and then I have another caller. But Brittany, I want to thank you for calling in. And if you want to speak to me further, find me on Facebook. My name's Gail Moffat, so you can find me there. But just understand that you've got all the support around you, and your life is going forward. And everything that's happened to you is like it's in the past. They're really trying to be strong with you, to give you the strength to get through and be the person that you need to be.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. I really needed to hear this.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and it's lovely speaking to you. And from me, I want to just say, well done you for turning things around. Well done you. I always admire people that have gone through some difficult challenges and turned things around. So well done. All right, thank you for calling in. So right now we have Marie in Kansas. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Gail Moffat, and I am a medium, which means that I can connect to loved ones, or I can look to give you some guidance. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
Yes, can you connect to my grandma? Her name is Deborah Calhoun.
Okay. Your grandmother, was she involved in bringing you up?
And bringing me out?
No, bringing you up. So, like a parent to you?
Yes.
Because I feel like she's it's like she's more of a parent than a grandmother. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And I also feel like that she's what's really amazing about her is I feel like she absolutely, it's like she dedicated her life to helping you and supporting you. And I feel that she's standing in front of me, and she's saying, I'm so sorry that I had to go, because it's almost as though the timing wasn't that good when you consider what was going on in your life at the time. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Because what she's saying to me is that in a way you could have really, really done with her support and her love. Because it's almost as though it's like your whole world came crashing down, or just sort of became a mess. I don't know in what way yet, because she's not telling me, but I just feel like there was a whole load of problems that just all came about when just after your grandmother passed, or round about that time. And she is saying to me that this was something that she really found difficult when she got to the spirit world, because she says that it was very frustrating to sort of have to watch your life sort of unfold in the way that it did, because she's saying that if she had been alive, she was always somebody that would have given you like an enormous amount of support, and
Right.
I feel that there's also a male. I'm being drawn to a male around you,
Mhm.
and I feel that this man, I don't know, I can't quite see how old he is, but I just feel that this person wasn't very nice to you, or was difficult towards you at that time, and I feel like you had a lot of problems with this person at the time of your grandmother's passing, and I feel like it sort of it's like you had the grief of your grandmother, but you had the heartache of this situation with this young man, and I feel that I feel like there was a little bit of cruelty, and it was something that really played on your mind and really sort of caused you to sort of I feel like there was a lot of anxiety and worry around you with regards to this young man. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Because I feel like would this be because I feel like this young person, it almost feels like he's going off the rails a little bit, or causing and causing a lot of pain and heartache to you. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And I feel that I keep on seeing you wanting to hold on to your purse. Sorry, we have different language in the UK. You can probably gather I'm from England, and I so we call a purse a handbag, and then so that's our word for a purse, and then what you call a wallet is what we call a purse.
Mm-hmm.
So what I can see is you holding on to you're holding on to your wallet. It's like you're worried that money's going to go out of it, or money be taken out of it. Does that make sense? Because I feel like there's money going missing, and I don't feel like that's you being. It's not about you being flippant with your money. I feel like it's this person that's causing you to have to worry about their well-being, and money's going missing. And I feel like he's getting himself into a whole lot of trouble and a whole lot of grief. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if there was sort of like, I don't know, drugs, alcohol, or something like that surrounding it. And does that make sense to you, Marie?
Yes.
And so your grandmother, back to your grandmother, we got 4 minutes. So I really want to spend more time with your grandmother, because she's telling me what it's all this information is coming from her, and she's telling me what she's been witnessing. And she wants to say just how much she loves you, and she says that it's like she's saying to me she did really struggle to watch. And she's also talking about, because I feel like you would have lived with her for long periods of time, and I also feel that if you hadn't have been living with her, I feel like it would have been more of a struggle for you in your life. It's almost as though she saved you from a real difficult circumstances in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And she said that she would do it again and again and again. She wouldn't hesitate to do it again. And she's telling me that actually her life with you was incredibly rewarding, because she says that you gave to her as much as she gave to you, and she and I feel that you came to her at a time in her life where she needed somebody, and I feel like you, and I don't know whether you know this, but I just get this feat because I feel like she may have hid this from you, but she's saying to me that when you came into her life, it's like you saved her from some of her pain and her hurt, because I feel that she was struggling with her life at that time when you originally came into her life. And I almost feel as though she'd had a big loss herself, of somebody that had passed.
Hmm.
Do you recognize that?
Yes.
And I just want to say that she is saying to me that she's always by the side of you, always very close to you, and so you needn't. It's like you don't need to worry where is she, because she's there. She's telling me that she's been allocated to you as a guide, and that's her job with you, supporting and helping you. So she's always there, and she's thanking you for always thinking of her. And also you have a photograph of her I feel like it's out, and sometimes you kiss the photograph.
Yes.
Because she's showing that to me. So I want to thank you for ringing in and coming onto the show. I just, your grandmother she's incredible, isn't she? She's just so adorable.